Hello, I'm Liam Gallagher with IntelligentPlantsApothecary.com, your health consultant and source for trusted natural health advice. Today I'm going to talk about preparation of food. I'm always on about the quality of the food that I eat and getting it from as local of a source as possible. One of the other things that I've really gotten into over the years and again here lately is traditional techniques of preparing food products. What this means is when I'm eating bread, I'm making sure that it's sourdough and an actual authentic sourdough, not a sourdough that's partially made with a sourdough starter and yeast is added to it. I'm using a whole sourdough starter that I made myself and allowing the flour and bread time to go through the natural process. So if I'm starting a sourdough starter from scratch, it takes about 5 days depending on the temperature. And then once I have that made, it takes me another 2 days or so to make a couple loaves of bread. The advantages to sourdough is that it starts to break down the carbohydrates into simpler sugars. It also, basically it starts to digest the flour for me. It unlocks a lot of the nutrients, and it also makes it easier for my body to not only digest but assimilate the nutrients that are contained within it. Nuts are another thing. When I have walnuts or pecans, I soak those in a salt solution for several hours, warm water, and then I dehydrate those at 150 degrees in a dehydrator or a toaster oven or an oven if you've got one that'll run those temperatures. I keep it at 150 degrees because that keeps the integrity of all the enzymes that have been released intact, so that when I dehydrate them and put them in the fridge, say, when I eat them, they are in a state that my body really knows how to handle them, and all the anti-nutrients and toxins that are potentially included have been released and are no longer active in the material. Another food item that benefits from this sort of treatment is beans. Beans have anti-nutrients involved. If you soak the beans for a handful of hours, probably 12 hours, and then slowly heat them up, it disarms the anti-nutrient, as it were. It gets rid of it. I don't know the exact right phrasing for it at the moment, but essentially when you follow these procedures that humans have followed for a very long time, we can actually get the benefits out of the food that we're eating and not have toxic buildup as a result. Rice is another one. Rice really ought to be soaked at least overnight, and then have a significant portion of extra water added in and slowly simmered off and not covered until after the water level gets down to the level of the rice. So an example of that would be soaking your rice, a cup of rice, overnight. Once it's soaked overnight, add about 2 cups on top of the level of rice that's there at a very low temperature, simmer that off. And once the water level reaches the rice level, then you put the lid on it and cook it like you would traditionally. So I hope this is helpful. I feel like this is a comprehensive topic that I haven't given enough information on. I'll refer again to the site westonaprice.org. They've got great resources about traditional techniques of preparing food and why it's important to prepare it that way. And you can get some good recipe ideas there as well. I'll make sure I include a link to that site again in this video description, and I'll keep you posted on what I'm up to and the benefits that I receive as a result of it. I continue to make progress with diabetes and my blood sugar management, and the more that I eat foods traditionally in the way that our ancestors prepared them, the less hungry I am, the more healthy I feel, the more energized that I've become, and the easier it is for me to do things like intermittent fasting. So it's a process, it's a long process. So keep patient with yourself, keep at it, and try to add something new every month. If you can't, it's a lot. I imagine it's rather overwhelming if you were to try to add all this stuff to your routine all at once. As a matter of fact, I know that to be true. Because even as long as I've been doing it, it's a challenge for me to start adding new things to my routine as well. So just be patient and continue the effort. I'd love it if you could like the video and subscribe to my channel, and here's wishing you happiness and health. Have a great day.